Welcome back to the channel. We're here December 23rd, only a few more days away from Christmas, and we still have football to look forward to. We have two more regular season weekends that are coming up that's going to decide the playoff and the wild card seeding. So it's going to be very, very important we crack down on these games. This is probably going to be one of the last regular weeks because week 17, you got a lot of teams sitting, guys just resting for the playoffs. They're not going to take, they're not going to go 100% on the last game when they have playoff games that are coming next. So week 16 probably going to be, like I said, the last normal week of our freaking DFS year. So we're going to look at this. I'm going to give you two plays per position. The guys that I'm looking at right now, remember, this is the first week, the first look for week 16. Going through the QBs first. All right. Going through here, we got, of course, we got some top tier guys. Patrick Mahomes is obvious in a very great situation against Atlanta. Lamar Jackson might be having a tough, defense to go up against in the Giants, but he has a huge X factor, which is in his legs, and he's been over 30 DK the past 2 weeks. So besides those guys, I'm definitely looking at Justin Herbert. I think he finishes the year very, very strong. And the key about this play is that Denver is going to be on their fifth string corners. They're devastated in the secondary position. So I believe Justin Herbert will definitely have a great game like he did against the Las Vegas Raiders. This team is now starting to win games, win close games when they were, missing these little tight games throughout the beginning of the season. Now they're finishing them off. He had 314 yards, 2 TDs. Finally got some stats in the rushing category. Provided a TD and did fumble the ball, but that is okay. Denver not at home. That's another plus. Chargers are at home, and they should take full advantage of this secondary. And definitely Justin Herbert at 7,400 is a viable quarterback to have in all your lineups. Definitely giving you 30 minimum and upwards of that. All right, next quarterback I'm looking at. I told you to play him when he was cheap at 5,100. Okay, so once he got that start with the Saints, you had to hop on that. Then they bumped him up just a little bit, and you had to take advantage of that price because he is too cheap. You saw the potential in him, and he really took full advantage against Arizona. 338 yards, 3 TDs. I understand he fumbled the ball 3 times, but he ran it for 11 and got you a TD. This is a dual threat quarterback. Every time you get a dual threat quarterback, you have to take full advantage. The tape isn't fully out on him, so he's going to be taking advantage of these teams that he's going up against. Okay, Dallas hasn't seen Jalen Hurts. All right, they've seen Carson Wentz, but they have not seen Jalen Hurts. So this is a situation where they need to win this game to regain the NFC East. And like I said, this is my favorite team in this division to come out because Washington has some injuries at the quarterback position. Haskins is not the guy. There's problems with Dallas and there's problems with the Giants. So Eagles are the next best option. They have a solid defense and they're getting a nice spark from Jalen Hurts in this offense. Take full advantage at 7K. He's going to go higher than this salary next week, okay? We're going to be moving on to the running back position. McCaffrey is definitely done for the season. So we're going to be looking at other spots where we can get, a high price, heavily used running back at a decent salary. Nick Chubb against the Jets. Jets is it's a very good matchup because Cleveland should totally dominate the Jets D-line, especially with no Quinnen Williams. Chubb and Kareem Hunt are very, very viable. But a main guy I'm going to look into right now, he has that question mark, but he is a very, very explosive running back. You saw what he did during Thanksgiving against the Dallas Cowboys. He was on his way to have a good game against Pittsburgh, but got injured. Now he's limited in practice this week on Wednesday. He is, as long as he keeps, going limited in the practice, he'll be trending towards a start against a very bad Carolina Panthers rush defense. We saw what Aaron Jones did to them. Antonio Gibson has elite speed. I know he's going to be dealing with a little turf toe or some type of toe injury, but Antonio Gibson, as long as if he's healthy enough to start, then you got to play him, okay? If he's medically clear and the coach says, okay, how do you feel? I feel good. Then he does all his little sprints and workouts. Everything's fine. You just hope he doesn't get injured again in the game. That's what you got to do. You got to roll the dice. But at 6,600, he has huge upside, and especially against Carolina, this is a must-win game for Washington, and they're going to need to lean on him, not Dwayne Haskins, to win this game. Another running back we're going to be looking at, somewhat cheaper at 5,800, so you can afford, expensive quarterback or expensive tight end. Hint, hint. Is going to be Le'Veon Bell with Clyde Edwards-Helaire out for the rest of the season. Le'Veon Bell is thrusted into this situation where he is the number one running back. He still has talent. He is not a total bust. This is obviously someone that would be a great backup to have. You have Le'Veon Bell as your backup, awesome. And especially in this Kansas City offense, all the attention is going to be on Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, not quite Edwards-Helaire, freaking Tyreek Hill, Demarcus Robinson. It's just so many weapons that Kansas City has. Le'Veon Bell at 5,800. I'm taking full advantage of that. Like I took full advantage of Leonard Fournette last week. I'm taking advantage of Le'Veon Bell in this starting job this week. Wide receiver position, I'm going to give you two of those guys who I really like. And usually it's someone I want to pair with the quarterback. So I said Herbert. So the wide receiver I want to pair with him is Keenan Allen. I think this is a bounce back situation against Las Vegas. Only one catch, 3 targets, 17 yards. Wasn't used at all. And now he comes into a situation, like I said, 5th string corners on Denver. This is definitely a game where I think he has, going back to those 11 targets and possibly 9 receptions, you just got to make sure he gets in that end zone, and I think he does, okay? Take full advantage of this. Give me 9 catches, give me over 100 yards and a TD for Keenan Allen against the horrible Denver Broncos secondary. And then secondly, I know it's an ugly play. I know a lot of people got burned on that LA Rams versus Jets game, but we have the Rams going up against the Seattle Seahawks. Cooper Kupp is that guy for Jared Goff that he continually feeds week in and week out. You see the targets here. We got 9, 5, 5 the past 3 weeks. He is heavily used. He's almost to that 1,000-yard mark, and he's almost to those 100 receptions. I think he can reach it in these last 2 weeks because he is so heavily used. So give me Cooper Kupp at 6,600. This guy was at 7K. Was he even higher? No, the highest so far this year was at 7K. Now they bumped it down $400. And this is another secondary that they can pick apart. Seattle already locked the playoff berth. So the Rams, I think it's just seeding right now. So definitely Cooper Kupp against the Seattle Seahawks that don't have much answers for Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, the 2 tight ends. It's a stacked Rams offense. I don't know how they wind up losing to the Jets, but it is what it is at this point. Next is going to be the tight ends. And let's just keep this plain and simple. You want to catch, right? You want to be, in the green and have that opportunity to be in, the top 10 and possibly get that number 1 spot. Just do it. Just week in and week out, just do it. Pay out for them. You'll figure out the rest of your lineup later. You play Travis Kelce every single week. This is a reason why he's 8K. And 8,500 right here. You just do it. You just do it. I don't care. You pay for it because he is literally the best tight end in NFL, hands down. The last past 3 years, and as you can see, the consistency: 8, 12 in a touchdown, 8, 10 in a touchdown, 8, 12 in a touchdown. This is plus with 100 yards. Oh, he's putting up wide receiver numbers at the tight end position. And at 8,500, I know some people might shy away. They're going to be focusing on, running backs, but you're not going to be able to get a game-breaking tight end. And you know what the Kansas City Chiefs are going to do to this Atlanta Falcons team, which obviously has been playing better of lately at the defensive juncture, but this is the Kansas City Chiefs, and there's no answers for Patrick Mahomes. All right, not as of yet. And the Falcons definitely do not have the personnel to do so. So 8,500, I'm going with Kelce. Now, a cheaper option if you're not looking for Travis Kelce is going to be Austin Hooper. And Austin Hooper from the Cleveland Browns, coming off a very solid game against the New York Giants, who are bad against tight ends. But this week, he's got an even better matchup against the New York Jets, who's even worse against the tight end. Last week, Higbee and Everett ate us up. This week, I think definitely Cleveland Browns, Austin Hooper, Harrison Bryant can chew us up and spit us out right there. 3,500. I gave you a cheap value tight end, and in a prime matchup, I don't know if I see 100 yards, but definitely a couple catches and a touchdown definitely for him at that price is a steal. All right. And that's the first look. That's what I have so far. I'm obviously going to do a video later on this for my final picks for each and every position. Let me know who you like at quarterback, at running back, at wide receiver, and tight end. Let me know in the comment sections. Connect with me, and I'll definitely, comment back with you. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessNetsJustD. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're at 225 right now subscribers, so each and every video is boosting up a couple. So we're going to get to that 300 mark, just nice, steady, and easy. I'll be back tomorrow with another video, and peace out.